Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One said to bring balance to the Force, the one who disobeyed the Jedi Order and fell in love with Senator Amidala and was the father of both Luke and Leia. During his time as a Jedi, Anakin was often reckless and hot-tempered. He never backed down from a fight and cared too much about the people around him, which was why he easily fell to the dark side and became Darth Vader shortly after he was promised the ability to save the ones he loved from dying. Anakin is an iconic character in the Star Wars franchise. Even though his cinematic portrayal wasn't very well received, he definitely made his mark and built a bridge from Jedi to Sith and filled the gap that Darth Vader left in the original trilogy. The Chosen One himself is coming to Battlefront soon, and what would be better than to continue this chain of character predictions in Star Wars Battlefront 2? For this video, we will go over all of Anakin's features, not including victory poses of course, so let's get started. Starting with his 4 emotes, I believe they will be, I don't like sand. No, I'm just kidding, honestly. But for real this time, this is where the fun begins. You underestimate my power. This'll be interesting, from the Episode 3 video game, and, not again, Obi-Wan's gonna kill me. When fighting with Obi-Wan, the two would poke fun at each other and reminisce about their adventures during the time of Anakin being a Padawan, just like he did in Attack of the Clones, and Obi-Wan would also try to guide Anakin throughout the battlefield. When interacting with Yoda, the Jedi Master would tell Anakin to let go of his losses and focus on the task at hand like he did in Revenge of the Sith. When fighting against Palpatine, the Sith Lord would constantly try to lure him in, telling him he could help him save Padme. Fighting against Maul and Grievous would be very similar, taunting the Jedi Knight and ridiculing him because of their own feuds with Obi-Wan. And finally, the interactions would conclude with Count Dooku. The two would argue back and forth, Dooku trying to taunt Anakin to make him give in to his dark side, as that was the plan all along. Now for his alternate appearances. I believe his default look will be his Revenge of the Sith look with his black Jedi outfit and his black glove hiding his robotic arm. He could have another outfit wearing his attire from Attack of the Clones with his standard Padawan gear and his braid. This would be a rare tier costume. Another outfit could be battle damaged version of the Attack of the Clones outfit, showing a tattered Anakin with cuts and bruises throughout his body, and having his exposed robotic hand and torn leggings. This costume would be from the first Star Wars The Clone Wars cartoon when he fought Ventress on Yavin. This probably won't be added into the game, but would be a very cool callback. This, of course, would be an epic tier skin. He would also have a costume wearing his Clone Wars TV show attire with the Jedi armor and a more animated appearance. This could also be epic. If they wanted to go a step further, they could add an additional Clone Wars cartoon appearance with a shirtless version of Anakin, but this time he has blue tribal markings all around his body, and his robotic hand is yellow and black, also exposed, and he has a more Revenge of the Sith look to him. Of course, this would be an epic tier costume as well. So, in total, 1 common, 1 rare, and 3 epics, coming in with 5 costumes to start off with. A decent amount. Now for his abilities and standard combat kit. Anakin was always known to have an aggressive lightsaber style that focused on more offensive maneuvers to progressively overpower his enemies. He displayed this several times while fighting Count Dooku, but when he fought Obi-Wan on Mustafar, he had a much more fluent and disorienting style of fighting. This could be implemented into Battlefront 2, giving Anakin an alternate combat stance. His base stance could allow him to change fluent but standard combos, but when he triggers his left and right bumper ability, Anakin can go into an alternate combat stance using more heavy attacks like Darth Vader. These heavy attacks would be slower, and they would do more damage than his other stance. He would only be able to be in this for 25 seconds before his cooldown would commence. This ability could be called Aggressive Negotiations. His right ability would be an alternate force choke similar to Vader's but more viable in ledge situations. In the Clone Wars, Anakin was seen to choke his enemies. It's not a power Jedi particularly use, but it was never frowned upon doing it when he did. When he used Force Choke, he often threw his opponents to the side. Instead of being able to choke as many people as he wants in a specific area, like Darth Vader or Darth Maul, Anakin would choose just one target and choke them with his robotic arm. He would be able to walk with the target for 5 seconds before throwing them in any direction that he wants. It's a less stationary choke than what we have in the game so far. But to top it off, he can block blasters with the Force, or maybe his lightsaber, using his other hand. This ability will be called Where the Fun Begins. And lastly, the right bumper ability will allow him to do a saber rush a little bit differently than Yoda or Luke. He would perform the rush, but would flip over the heads of his targets and slash wildly during the movie. He was seen to do this a couple of flips in the movie, but it's a good idea to give him a move to close the gap with enemies, but to also distract him for his teammates. This would be called You Will Try. But guys, that is my unofficial rundown of Anakin Skywalker in Battlefront 2. As said before, everything that I said is completely speculation, and it's just what I personally would do if I was developing Anakin Skywalker. But if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more Rage Quit content and the other predictions for the other Battlefront characters coming soon, press that sub box and look at those videos. And I will see you guys on the next one.